Alright, so in this tutorial what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at adding some documentation to the project. To start with, I'm going to close out of my 3D view here and get to the O2 entry level. Alright, what we're going to do first is come up here to the little drop down arrow beside the default 3D view and grab the camera, and we're going to take another exterior shot of the building. So I'm going to try to make sure I get from the retaining wall right here clear over to the corner of this balcony in my field of view, and click. And I didn't quite get it all, so I'm going to grab these blue dots and stretch it out a little bit. And I can come down here and change my visual style to shaded. And there we have a nice approach to the building. So I'm going to come over here to my 3D views and project browser, right click and rename, and call this to the building. This is what it would look like if you're driving up to it in a car or something. We can close that out then. The next thing I'm going to do is come up here beside the default 3D view and grab this section view tool, and I'm going to draw a section right through the center of the stairs, starting over here on the left side of the building outside of the wall. Just come across until I'm outside again and click, and these blue dashes need to encompass the entire portion of the building, so if it's down here or something, you need to stretch this up. Once you have that, if we look over here in Project Browser under Sections, we can click that out and we now have Section 1. So here's what it looks like if we cut away part of the building. See the door here, see our exterior door, see our curtain wall, we can see partway through the steps. This would be a good detail to give contractors so they can kind of see what some things look like. They can see this crawl space area. Once you have that, you can go ahead and just close that view out. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to create a door and window schedule, and the purpose of this would be to take this kind of as your shopping list to Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever you're buying your materials to buy your doors and windows, and you'll know all the sizes you need and how many of them you need. So to create that, we're just going to work off the O2 entry level since we're already here. I'm going to come up to the Annotate tab on the ribbon. I'm going to come over here and tag all. Click that. And when this dialog box opens, it automatically has selected door tags. We're going to scroll to the bottom of the list. We'll hold down the Control button on the keyboard and add windows to that selection. So now we have them both selected. Hit apply and OK. So it's going to number all my doors and windows. Doors are in ovals, windows are in polygons. Alright. Then we're going to go to the O1 lower level and we're going to do the same thing. So say tag all. Make sure I choose doors, hit control and choose windows, hit apply. There it tagged my other windows and doors. It does not tag the curtain wall, that would be something extra. Once I have that done, I'm going to come up here to the view tab and I'm going to create the schedule. So I'm going to click the down arrow and choose schedule and quantities. In here, the first thing we're going to select is doors. Click OK. In here, this is what kind of description it's going to put in a little Excel file for us. So for that, we're going to choose a couple different things. We're going to choose the mark first. So that would just be that number that Revit assigned all the doors and windows. Then we're going to choose the family and type. Excuse me. So family and type, and add that to our list of info. Then we're going to choose the height. These are in alphabetical order. Then width is here at the very bottom. So once I have that, I'll click OK. And here's our little door schedule. The only thing we need to do is take this B column and drag it out so we can see all of our sizes here. So once you have that, you can just close out here in the corner. Then we're going to repeat the same thing for the windows. So we go to schedules and quantities. This time we're going to choose windows at the very bottom. And we're going to add the same information. We're going to start off with the mark. We're going to do family and type. And we're going to do the height, oops, right there, and the width right there. I think that's everything that we need to add. And we'll click OK. Coming back in here to the little Excel file, drag out the B column. And the only reason it's the B column is because we assigned it in this order: mark, family, height, width. There we go. We don't have too many windows here. Once we have that done, we can just close out of that. That was easy. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to skip ahead to putting all of this stuff out onto a sheet so that we can print these out to give to the contractor. So to create a sheet, we'll come to Project Browser. We see Sheets down here in our list. We're going to right click and we're going to say New Sheet. And we're just going to use this default sheet right here. Hit OK. So here's our sheet of paper. Now if we were an architect firm, we'd come in here and customize and plug in all this information. Alright, and we'd put in some descriptions, put our name. We can go ahead and put our name in here, put your name, and we can change the project name to what we called the file, just like that. Then to place views in here, it's rather simple. All you need to do is come up here to Project Browser and drag in the plan that you want to have showing. So to start with, we can start with the lower level, drag that in here and place that. We can grab these blue, no, we can't grab the blue handlebars. I think we have to right click, say activate the view. Nope, we don't activate the view. If we deactivate it, there we go. That's what we want to do. This is a lot of white space, so before we can really place these into the sheet without this taking up a ton of room, I'm going to go ahead and click and delete that and come back into the O1 lower level. And we need to set our crop region. So if we come down here to the crop view, we'll show the crop region first. Click on that and we can adjust that. We can come in pretty tight to the building here. There we go. Forgot about that step. Pull that down. There we go. Then we can come down here and say crop the view, and we can hide that. Now if we come back over here to our sheet, we can drag in that O1 lower level, place that in there. That takes up a whole lot less room. So we need to go back through and do that for the entry level. We'll say show the crop region. We got to zoom out and select it. Just kind of bring these in here and clean them up. Get rid of that extra white space. There we go. And we can say crop it and then hide it. Come back to our sheet. Drag in O2. For some reason that didn't take our crop region, so we'll go back here and take a look and see what happened. There we go. Maybe I didn't click the crop the view thing. So let's come back in here and drag that back in there. There we go. Must have missed that. So if you do that, go back and fix it like I did. The next thing we're going to put in here are some elevations. And we'll start off with a, let's see here, north elevation. There we go. We have to do the show the crop region. We can clean that up just a little bit. Come in here, drag that in on each side. Say crop the view, hide it. Back to our sheet, drag in the north view. There we go. We're also going to come into the east side, that way we can see the curtain wall, and we're going to crop that view as well. Click it. Drag in our little blue dots here a little bit. We'll say crop it, turn it back off. If we want to come back into edit, we don't need to see all that extra stuff in the way. Grab our east view and we'll drag that in here to the sheet. We're going to maximize our schedules here. Drag in our door schedule, place that, our window schedule. Line those up, place that view. That looks pretty good. We could go ahead and drag in other plans, but there's really no need to. This kind of gives you an idea of how to create a sheet. If we wanted to create another sheet, we could just right click on sheets, create new, and drag in the remaining views. So I think this about wraps it up for the house. There are a couple other things we could do, but we're going to go ahead and skip those, like the solar study and monitor how efficient the building would be and stuff like that. But I think by creating the sheet, you get the idea how to get the end product printed out and giving it to a contractor or somebody. So this will be the last tutorial in the Getting Started House for Revit.